We like to think of fencing as a noble sport. But in reality, it has a long history of cheating. The most famous example took place at the 1976 Olympics, in the modern pentathlon event. Russian fencer Boris Onishenko rigged his weapon with a button in the guard. When he pressed the button, his light would go off, even if he hadn't hit.
And subsequently what happened was it was found that these two wires here that are insulated and have to be all the way up to the plug, they were being tampered with, and apparently he had something on his finger where he could close the two weapons, and this would cause the light to come on.
In their podcast, Max Harding and Matcha Sabo talked with Daryl Homer about the cheating that went on before Sabre was electrified.
Yeah, he's a good dude, very good dude. But it's actually the most interesting thing for me when I speak to him is he was competing on the European circuit when there was like blatant racism, dry fencing. So think about that, like you have like a black dude from America flying to Europe, fencing these Hungarians and these Russians with Russian judges, and you have to win bouts.
So for our younger listeners, back in the day when there was no electric measurement of if you had touched or not, the fencers in the pools would do the refereeing for themselves. So one would stand in every corner. And so maybe the Americans, but I think also especially the Asian who did not speak the languages of the mostly European-dominated fencing scene.
My dad has a story about this. He fenced the former Korean head coach of the Sabre team, and he said like they fenced until 10 touches, and he said, well, I should have lost at least 10 to 2, but he won 10-4 because the Korean coach or the Korean had no chance because my dad had, I don't know, Russian friends or and it was crazy.
Another guy with interesting stories is James Williams, the guy from the UK. He has stories where he would like travel to, because he traveled alone and he was going to European championships and all of that stuff, where he literally said he'd like have to hit people so hard, so they bend over, and then the referee would be like, okay, point.
And in the 2016 McLaren doping report, it was found that between 2011 and 2015, 4 positive test samples from Russian fencers had been disappeared. But the easiest way to get an unfair advantage in fencing is to have the referee on your side. And since Sabre refereeing is so subjective, it is impossible to tell if a bad call is intentional or just an honest mistake. Take for example this match between James Honeybone of Great Britain and Pancho Paskov of Bulgaria. The winner would qualify for Rio 2016, so the stakes were high. A number of inconsistent calls were made, all of them in favor of the Bulgarian. It should be noted that one of the most senior and influential referees, Vasil Milenchev, is also Bulgarian. Maybe the calls were all correct anyway. Maybe they were just mistakes. But these are definitely not the kind of calls an FIE referee would normally make. This is Marco Siesto, a former member of the FIE Referees Commission. He has been one of the top referees in the world. Currently, he coaches Siesto and Alshamlan of Kuwait.
No!
Alshamlan has also been coached by another FIA ref, Papa Toure. Refereeing is very hard, and it's very easy to be influenced by the reputation of the fencers and coaches on the sidelines. This is doubly true if the coach is one of your former colleagues. Alshamlan might have benefited from this in some of his recent matches. But how do we keep fencing as fair as possible? It would be unfair to ban refs from coaching, as they need to make a living somehow. I suggest that the best solution is to have all FIE matches streamed and publicly available. That way controversial decisions can be discussed, and everyone can be held accountable.
Préparation.
What you would call a big unit.